Welcome to the deep dive. You know how it is always trying to learn more, stay ahead? But sometimes the real gains come from looking inwards.
Mm-hmm.
And today, that's what we're diving into. The power of journaling, especially if, you thought it wasn't for you
Yeah,
or just felt lost on where to even begin.
that's right. We all hear about journaling, how it can boost self-reflection, personal growth, emotional well-being, all good stuff.
Right.
But for you, maybe thinking about starting, it can feel like a big jump from hearing about it to actually facing that blank page.
Yeah, definitely daunting.
So our mission today is to explore how journaling can really benefit you as a beginner. And we'll look at some specific features, things that make starting feel, well, easier. We're drawing on best practices, and we'll touch on resources like Listallian journals, which we know are designed with beginners specifically in mind.
Absolutely. It's that classic feeling, isn't it? Your thoughts are just a
Yeah.
jumble.
Uh-huh.
You want to make sense of it all, but starting feels like trying to untangle a massive knot. And that's precisely where a dedicated journal comes in handy for you. It's not just paper. It's about creating a dedicated space, physically and mentally.
A container, almost.
Yeah, a place where you can see your thoughts form, track how you're doing with reflections, and actually find that clarity, maybe spark some creativity, find motivation you're looking for.
Think about it. Your mind's like Grand Central Station sometimes, right? Thoughts, worries, ideas, all rushing around.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
A journal, for you, acts like a designated platform. You give those unstructured thoughts a place to land, and suddenly there's a bit more order.
It brings focus.
It does, and that focus, that organization, is key for you to get mental clarity. Doesn't matter if it's sorting through emotions or tackling a tricky problem.
And there's something about the physical act, isn't there? Putting pen to paper. We're focusing on notebooks today. And for you, that act engages your brain differently than, say, typing.
Oh.
It helps sort of solidify those thoughts that just float by, makes them stickier, easier to process internally. I remember my Aunt Sarah, super sharp woman, always said her best ideas vanished instantly.
Uh-huh.
When she started using a notebook, just jotting them down, she said physically writing made them feel more concrete, easier to build on later.
That's a great example, and it speaks to that beginner hesitation, doesn't it? That, what do I even write?
Oh, yeah, the I have nothing profound to say
Yeah.
voice.
It can be loud.
Yeah,
And that's where things like guided prompts or even just the simple structure of lined pages in a journal becomes so helpful for you.
it lowers the barrier.
Exactly. It makes it less about producing a masterpiece and more about just engaging with yourself. No judgment.
Which kind of brings us neatly to these journal notebooks for journaling beginners. And we know Listallian has put thought into this area. They seem really focused on tackling those early hurdles for someone new.
Right. They're not just generic notebooks. They're designed to help you overcome those initial roadblocks.
Just having that dedicated book signals to your brain,
Mhm.
okay, this is reflection time,
Hmm.
right? It encourages organizing thoughts, not just letting them float.
And that organization, like we said, is huge for stress reduction for you. Getting those racing thoughts out of your head and onto paper provides such a release.
Of untangling that ball of yarn you mentioned.
Precisely. You see the individual strands. And plus, when you consistently jot down emotions, progress, observations, you start building this amazing self-awareness. You spot patterns, triggers in your life you might have completely missed otherwise.
That's like building your own personal user manual, just for you. And the consistency, even if it's just a few words a day, that builds discipline, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
It's a small commitment, but the payoff for your mental clarity can be surprisingly big. It trains your
Right.
focus. My friend Tom always struggled with getting started on things.
Mm.
He started just writing one thing he wanted to do each day in his journal. Simple. But he found that act of writing it down made him way more likely to actually do it.
That's powerful. Now, for you, starting out, the actual quality of the journal can make or break the experience. Seriously.
Well, for sure.
Think about it. Thin paper, ink bleeding through, making the next page a mess, or pages with no structure at all. It's just frustrating.
Totally discouraging. Imagine pouring your thoughts out, then flipping the page, and it's all smudged and messy. It ruins the feeling, makes it chaotic.
Right. It undermines the whole point. And that's why specific features, like the ones we see in Listallian's beginner journals,
Yeah.
are so valuable for you.
So what are some of those useful features?
Well, take the paper thickness. Listallian uses 120 GSM paper. Sounds technical, maybe.
A little bit, yeah.
But what it means for you is no annoying ink bleed through. You can write freely, both sides. No visual mess, no feeling like your thoughts are literally bleeding together. It just feels cleaner, better.
Okay, that makes sense. Creates that clean slate feeling every time. What else?
The numbered pages they often have around 211. For you, starting out, seeing those page numbers climb it's a subtle motivator.
Like a progress bar.
Exactly. Wow, I've filled 50 pages. It gives you a tangible sense of accomplishment, reinforces your commitment.
I like that. And what about finding things later?
Ah, the built-in table of contents. Many of Lestallion's beginner journals have this. For you, exploring different themes maybe without a strict plan, this makes revisiting past thoughts incredibly easy.
So it's not just a pile of notes, it's searchable.
It turns your journal into your own personal archive, easily navigable, like an index to your inner world. You can actually learn from your past self.
A roadmap to your own thoughts. I love that. And, okay, maybe this sounds superficial, but the cover, some Lestallion ones have that soft faux leather. Does it really matter?
You'd be surprised. It adds a tactile quality, right? A premium feel. For you, it makes the journal something you want to pick up, to hold, to use. It creates a positive association. My cousin Emily, she thought journaling was a total chore. Got a beautiful soft-covered journal as a gift. She told me later that just the feel of it made her want to write in it. It totally changed her perspective, and it quickly became important to her day.
Wow. Okay, so the whole experience matters.
Absolutely. Making it enjoyable, accessible, that's crucial for you building a habit that sticks. And speaking of habits, that's another big challenge for beginners, isn't it?
Yeah, consistency. Staying motivated and just, what do I even write about today?
The blank page stare. It's real.
You sit down, ready, pen in hand, and crickets. It can totally derail you when you're just starting.
Totally. Which is why the advice is always start small. Create a routine. Just 5 minutes a day can be enough for you to build the muscle.
Consistency over quantity.
Exactly. And a journal designed for beginners like the Lestallion ones often helps here too. They frequently include daily prompts.
Ah, okay, like little suggestions.
Yeah, they just give you a starting point. What are you grateful for today? Describe a small success. Takes away that paralysis of what to write. Makes it easier for you to just start.
And the pages themselves. You mentioned lined or dotted.
Right. Those structures in Lestallion journals offer a subtle guide for you. It brings a bit of order, especially if your thoughts feel chaotic. It's gentle, not restrictive, just helps organize things visually.
Makes sense. So prompts get you started. Structure keeps it neat.
And over time, even with short bursts, the long-term benefits for you as a beginner really stack up. Better focus, more creativity bubbling up, feeling more comfortable expressing yourself in words.
We hear stories like this, right? Someone feels that pull, I should journal, but they're just stuck on the how. That feeling is so common for beginners like you.
Very common. And that's where a journal notebook for journaling beginners, with those thoughtful features we talked about, really shines for you.
So how does it help them get unstuck?
By making it easy to start small, maybe just one sentence a day. Using those prompts, it helps you build confidence gradually. It creates a welcoming space for those first tentative steps.
And then the positive changes start happening. People often find they feel more in control of their thoughts, right?
Definitely. Better at processing emotions, less anxiety sometimes, and that habit starts feeling good, bringing calm and clarity. It's usually gradual, but the end result for you can be more confidence, more organized thinking, deeper emotional awareness. Reminds me of a colleague totally swamped with work projects. Started using a journal with some simple task tracking templates and reflection spots. She was genuinely surprised how quickly it helped her feel less stressed and more on top of things.
Practical tools for practical problems sometimes.
Exactly. And those practical starting tips, the kind Lestallion mentions too, are gold for you as a new journaler. Simple prompts. What made me happy today? One thing I learned. Easy entry points.
No pressure to be profound.
None at all. Keep entries short and simple at first. Forget perfection. For you, it's about building the habit. Maybe that's bullet points some days, a sentence others. It just makes it feel doable.
And experimenting with formats, like bullet journaling or just using the lines or dots consistently for lists or tracking things.
Yeah, that provides a helpful framework for you as you figure out what works. And finding a regular time morning coffee before bed that helps cement it into your routine.
Make it part of your day.
And hey, make it fun. Doodles, stickers, that nice thick Lestallion paper handles that stuff well. It makes it your space, something you actually look forward to opening.
So yeah, as we've explored, starting journaling doesn't need to be this huge, intimidating thing for you.
Not at all.
With the right mindset
Yep.
and, importantly, the right tools, it can actually be, well, pretty rewarding. especially for beginners. A quality journal notebook for journaling beginners, like the Stallion ones, just smooths out those early bumps for you.
Exactly. Whatever your goal, less stress, tracking thoughts, more mindfulness journaling is a simple, powerful path for you. And a well-designed notebook, tailored for beginners, gives you everything you need to start, stay consistent, and maybe turn writing into a lifelong practice. My own cousin Mark always thought journaling was, not for him. Then he tried a notebook with a really simple layout and some prompts. He was shocked at how quickly it became a valuable part of his day, helped him sort things out.
It just clicked when the tool fit the need.
Precisely.
So, the key takeaway for you listening is really this. If you've been curious about journaling but stuck, a dedicated journal, especially one designed for beginners with features that actually help, can make a world of difference.
You really can.
It eases you in, makes the whole experience better, and that leads to better self-reflection, maybe more creativity, definitely more mental clarity for you.
Absolutely. So, if anything we've talked about sparked something for you, we really hope you'll consider starting your own journaling journey, like today. See for yourself what putting your thoughts on paper can do.
And maybe leave you with this thought. Consider all that untapped potential swirling around in your own head, just waiting to be explored. What might you discover about yourself? What insights are waiting if you just gave that inner voice a dedicated space, a page to finally be heard? Something to think about until our next deep dive.